This is how you treat your cash cow? This is how you treat your savior? This is how you treat the young woman responsible for elevating this unbelievably rancid turd?
Caitlin Clark didn't hold back. With the season unraveling, she erupted in the locker room, face to face with Coach Stephanie White. There was yelling, doors slammed, a full confrontation. And while Clark fights on the court, Sue Bird and Tina Charles are on a podcast laughing about her getting physically assaulted. That's not basketball. That's sabotage. Let's unpack it. That slam door? It wasn't just frustration. It was a statement. Clark had reached her breaking point. Tired of poor coaching. Tired of being ignored. Tired of watching teammates hijack the offense while she was treated like a decoy. Mid-game, it all boiled over. Clark called out Stephanie White in front of the team. According to sources, she voiced exactly what fans have been shouting all season: bench Mitchell and Howard. They don't pass. That's not drama. It's leadership. Clark spoke the truth. Kelsey Mitchell has tunnel vision, playing like assists are a disease. Natasha Howard moves like she's stuck in the past, killing spacing and rhythm. Meanwhile, Clark is running the floor, creating plays, and getting iced out. She wasn't brought to Indiana to disappear. She was brought to lead. But when your coach keeps cutting your minutes and designing plays that don't involve you, what are you supposed to do? Just smile. Clark finally snapped. And honestly, it was long overdue.
There is definitely something going on within the locker room, the front office. Something is off, man. This is the third situation in one game we have had involving Caitlin Clark and the coaching staff and pretty much another player. And it looked like Caitlin Clark definitely had a situation take place where she had a heated exchange with two assistant coaches on the staff.
This isn't just one bad night. It's every game, every quarter, every timeout. Stephanie White looks lost. Or worse, she has a plan, and it's terrible. Her offense is clunky, her rotations make no sense, and her handling of Caitlin Clark? Embarrassing. You don't draft the biggest name in women's basketball, throw her under the spotlight, then bench her when it matters most. That's not coaching, it's sabotage. White's offense leans on this outdated everyone gets a touch philosophy. But this isn't a youth clinic, it's the pros. And Clark isn't just another player. She's a once-in-a-generation talent. Yet somehow, plays are being run through Mitchell and Howard. Seriously? That's like handing someone a Ferrari and watching them crawl down the freeway at 30 miles per hour. And when Clark tries to lead, to take control, she gets pulled, benched, blamed. The Fever took a golden opportunity, a future dynasty, and turned it into chaos. And the one person who could turn it around, she's the one being pushed to the sidelines. If this is the offense Stephanie White is proud of, she should be defending it from her couch. Because this ain't it. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe my channel for more awesome content. Thanks. Want to know when it should have been obvious White wasn't the right fit for Clark? Last season. She went viral for saying the Dallas Mavericks looked better without Luka Doncic. Yes, Luka, the guy who led them to the Western Conference Finals and topped the league in scoring. White applauded the spacing, the flow, all because the ball wasn't in Luka's hands every play. Let that sink in. That take wasn't just off, it was a giant red flag. It revealed how Stephanie White views star players, not as assets, but as obstacles. Now she's doing the same thing to Caitlin Clark. Swap Luka for Clark, Dallas for Indiana. It's the same tired logic. We're better without our best player. Seriously? That's like hiring a 5-star chef, then telling him to stop cooking so the interns can get practice. This is the WNBA, not a scrimmage. You don't win championships by pretending your superstar doesn't exist. Stephanie White doesn't want to coach stars, she wants to control them. And Caitlin Clark isn't built to be controlled. Let's break down this offense, no sugarcoating. It's a mess. No spacing. No timing. No rhythm. Clark pushes the ball up the floor, ready to make something happen, and here comes Natasha Howard cutting straight into her lane like she's the focal point. What are we even doing? Then there's Kelsey Mitchell, who treats every possession like a solo mixtape. Dribble, dribble, contested jumper, repeat. And White stands there like she's watching art. Meanwhile, Clark is scanning the court, setting the tempo, firing off passes her teammates don't even see coming. But what's the point if nobody cuts, nobody screens, nobody finishes? This isn't a system. It's a malfunction. Caitlin Clark didn't go from college superstar to invisible in the WNBA overnight. She's still that player. The difference? Her coach acts like giving her the ball is a crime. And don't talk about ball movement if it leads to mid-range bricks and shot clock violations. That's not development, it's destruction. And fans are watching it unfold in real time. Let's be honest, Clark isn't just underperforming, she's being forced to underperform. Her usage rate has plummeted by more than 20% since her breakout. Fewer touches, fewer shots, flat assist numbers. And still, she's putting up over 17 points and 8 assists a game. Now imagine what those stats would look like if she actually ran the offense. Imagine if Mitchell wasn't treated as the primary option, and Clark wasn't stuck setting screens like a role player. Clark isn't struggling. She's surviving, under constant pressure. Double teams, broken screens, zero spacing. And when she misses, Stephanie White uses it as an excuse to pull her. Meanwhile, Mitchell can shoot 2 for 13 and still clock 35 minutes. This isn't about performance. It's about suppression. Clark doesn't need time to adapt. The system needs to adapt to her. You'd think WNBA legends would support the league's future. Instead, they are mocking her. Sue Bird and Tina Charles sat on a podcast laughing about Caitlin Clark getting fouled, shoved, and hit. Not shocked. Not concerned. Amused. Tina even acted out one of the hits, while Sue laughed right along. That's not commentary, that's clown behavior. These are grown women, WNBA legends, acting like high school bullies with microphones. The league already has a serious issue when it comes to protecting Clark. Now some of its most iconic voices are making the problem worse. And here's the twist. Sue Bird isn't just a podcast host, she's the managing director of Team USA. She helps decide who makes the Olympic roster. Think she's putting Clark on that team after this? Doubtful. She's too busy laughing at her injuries. It's petty. It's obvious. And it's pathetic. Let's talk about leadership, or the total absence of it. Clark has taken elbows, shoves, blindside hits. No flagrants. No suspensions. No action. Nothing. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert? Silent. Adam Silver? Nowhere to be found. They call it physical basketball. Please. Physical play doesn't include punches to the back or teammates dry humping you in celebration. And yes, Sydney Colson knew exactly what she was doing. This league protects its veterans, not its stars. It's scared of backlash, scared of Twitter mobs, so it just lets Caitlin Clark take hit after hit like it's part of the job. It's not. It's cowardice. And the silence from leadership says more than any post-game soundbite ever could. If this continues, they are not just going to lose Clark, they are going to lose the fans who showed up because of her. And let's shut down the dumbest take out there. The Fever are better without Caitlin Clark. Really? One game where Natasha Howard got hot and suddenly that's proof? That's like saying your house is better without electricity because you won a board game during a blackout. The Fever without Clark? A slow, boring, mid-level team with no identity. No highlights. No spark. No reason to watch. With Clark, there's energy, spacing, purpose. But sure, keep celebrating one Commissioner's Cup win while ignoring the dozen losses where Mitchell's chucking up bricks and Howard's running into defenders like a battering ram. Let's be real, the only reason anyone talks about this team is Caitlin Clark. If you say otherwise, you're either blind, dishonest, or just plain foolish. Now let's talk about Team USA. Sue Bird is running it. And we all know what that means. Clark's already being lined up to be left off the roster. The excuses are coming. She's too young. She hasn't earned it. She needs more time. Meanwhile, they'll hand roster spots to players who've done nothing but trash Clark, cheap shot her on the court, then mock her in interviews and podcasts. This isn't about merit. It's about ego. And let's be clear, we see right through it. Caitlin Clark doesn't need Team USA to validate her. She's already proven everything. She's got the stats, the skill, the fan base, and more star power than the entire Olympic roster combined. If she left for the EuroLeague tomorrow, they'd throw 7-figure deals at her without hesitation. And let's be honest, she'd still pull more attention than the WNBA finals. If Clark is left off that Olympic roster, it won't be because she's not good enough. It'll be because the league's gatekeepers are terrified of what she represents. She's not one of them. She's not part of the clique, and that makes them uncomfortable. So go ahead, keep sidelining her, keep pretending she's the problem. But the world sees what's really going on. The real star isn't sitting behind a podcast mic giggling. She's on the court, dropping dimes, hitting logo threes, and carrying a league that refuses to carry her. Let's stop sugarcoating it. This experiment is over. Stephanie White is not the coach Caitlin Clark needs, and everyone paying attention knows it. Her system is broken. Her strategy outdated. Her ego too stubborn to adapt. She doesn't want a leader on the floor. She wants a puppet. And Clark has never been that. Caitlin Clark is a franchise cornerstone. She's the type of player you build around, not box in. You don't put a Ferrari in a school zone and expect fans to clap. You don't muzzle your best scorer and then blame her when the team collapses. Clark doesn't need more time. She needs control. She needs teammates who move with purpose. A coach who lets her run the floor. A front office that values winning over clinging to a broken playbook. The Fever have one chance: fire Stephanie White or lose the best thing that's happened to this franchise in decades. That's it. There's no in between. Because if this continues, Clark won't just walk away from Indiana. She'll walk away from a league that failed her at every level. And if that happens, it's not on Clark. It's on everyone who stood by and let it happen. Let her lead, or lose her forever. Clark deserves better. If you agree, hit like. Drop a comment if Stephanie White needs to go. And subscribe, because we're not letting this slide.